Hey guys, give me just a second. We got the last. We're doing everything on short notice, so I'm trying to get everything um, up and going. So listen, I'm going to drop the link. This link is for Tony and Justin. If Justin wants to come up, Justin, that link I sent you I think is broken. So grab this link that I'm about to drop in the chat. I know you probably can't come up, but just if maybe Smiley's going to join us. I'm not sure. Tony can let us know about that. But here's the link if Smiley is here, or Tony, if you want to send it to Smiley, there's a link in chat. Now, that link is specifically for Tony and Smiley or Justin. This is kind of a one-off stream. This stream was not expected, but we have a couple of things. Well, Tony has a couple of things that he'd like to go over. So bear with me just a second while we get ready. I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody being here on such short notice as well. You guys know that day lives are not usually my jam. There he is. All right. Hello. Welcome, Mr. Mathis.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir. Welcome.
Okay. Welcome. Appreciate you having me up and allowing me your platform to address this nut job. So what I will tell Julie is that you've clearly not done any good at all in this case. That's abundantly obvious.
Yes.
She is one of only 4 or 5 people that nobody wants anything to do with. Not one side, not the other side. Nobody wants anything to do with her. Not the father, not the stepfather, not the mother. And when you put yourself in a situation in a missing child's case that neither side of the family wants anything to do with you, then you really are special.
I agree.
And you have to think about that list of people that has flip-flopped so many times that nobody wants anything to do with them. And it's a pretty special list.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I can tell you that she is doing no good for this missing child. She claims to be an advocate for autistic children and other things, which clearly that's not what she's doing. My past, my background has nothing to do with what I'm doing as a volunteer to help a father. Julie has made money off of this child. I have not. So yeah. If you wanted to get my attention, Julie, you've got my attention. And I can tell you this. You better not have any skeletons in your closet. Because if we're going to play the digging game, we can play the digging game. And it is not going to help find Sebastian in any way, shape, or form. But I have allowed you to come after me and my family day after day after day. I will find out everything that has gone on in your life, good, bad, or indifferent. I will not dox you. Let me be very clear about that. Contrast to popular opinion. I will not have somebody else do my dirty work, as I keep hearing over and over again. Britt, have I ever asked you to do anything dirty for me?
Never.
So, I keep hearing that over and over again. I can fight my own fights. I don't need a creator to do it for me. I can defend my own family. But I can tell you this. I have had more people send me things regarding Julie over the last week than you could ever imagine. And she is not the queen of autism and the sweet stepmom that she pretends to be. There is a litany of things in her background that I guarantee you she does not want the whole world to know. And they are not civil lawsuits from owning a business. They are not tough times that regard really, really bad life situations that were going on. They're way worse than that. So, and I left her alone because it doesn't do anything to bring Sebastian home. But when you continue to bring my family into your living room, I can tell you that I will make sure that people understand who you are. Now, the creators already know. Our creators that we work with think you're an idiot. Seth and I think you're an idiot. Chris Proudfoot thinks you're an idiot. Katie thinks you're an idiot. I think we've about covered everybody that matters in the case. There's very few things that we and the other side agree on, but we all agree that she's an idiot. So, I understand needing to find a home. I mean, it's clear on your lives that people have sent me with your husband that he's over this. I couldn't agree more with him. I think you are not a person of your word. You told people last week you were leaving YouTube, and I think there was thousands of people that were celebrating that because you don't belong here. You're not a content creator. You don't stand for anything. And I don't agree with what you did with the other side either, to be fair. I don't agree with that at all. I don't agree with you prosecuting people before there was evidence. And I certainly don't agree with what you've done to us. Mm-hmm. And so you are not a content creator. It didn't work out for you on TikTok, which is why you tuck your tail between your legs and come over here. And the one thing I love about the channels that we don't work with is that even they will chew somebody up coming over from TikTok that doesn't know what they're doing. So if there is a positive thing about the, people call them the hate channels. I don't call them that, but whatever. They chewed her up too because they realize that she doesn't stand for anything.
Yep.
So.
Well, let's be clear too, Tony. Just to make a good point on what you're saying, I think that's what all this goes back to. I'm gonna drop the link in chat for Smiley. She said that she was leaving last week. All this stems to a cry for attention. Smiley, I just dropped the link for you, honey. It's all about attention. I don't think she felt like she was getting the attention that she wanted from our side. So now she's trying to appeal to the quote unquote other side. And
they're not going to take her because no. I will tell you, I heard another creator that we don't work with talking about these TikTokers that come over to YouTube that couldn't get the attention they were looking for on TikTok. And there's not a lot that I agree with some of these other creators, but I agree strongly with that creator that was saying that. I won't mention her name, but she and many of those others on the other side over there realized that this woman was an idiot, and they crucified her when she jumped on their panel, and then she went and does what she does every time. She started crying on a live. Well, you know what? This is a true crime community. It's not a boo-hoo and cry community.
Yep.
If your child's not missing, quit crying. You got a reason to be crying if your child's missing. If your child's not missing, quit your crying. You have a choice as to whether you get on here every day and make money off of a missing child. And if you can't handle it, then go away. And she promised that she was leaving YouTube, and just like everything else she lies about, she did none of that. So she doesn't have a home right now because both sides have realized that she's an idiot. The father, the stepfather, the mother, nobody will take her calls. And just to be clear, one more time, it was not me that chose not to work with her. It was Seth. He thought that she was a whack job. He still does. He made a brilliant decision not to work with her. But it was not me. I was never asked to call her. I was never given her phone number and asked to call her and not called her. I would have called her politely and told her that we appreciated her support, but she was not somebody we wanted to work with. And then we would have found out, did she really want to stick around in real support, or did she want to flip-flop like she's done 2 or 3 times here? So, she is not here for Seth. She's not here for Sebastian. She's not here for Chris or for Katie. She is here for herself and her attention. And she is making money off of attention.
That's it.
So I can tell you that the other side has things they stand for, whether I agree with them or not. Maybe they defend Chris or Katie or something. They have things they stand for. Julie literally stands for nothing.
There you go.
Which is why she falls for everything.
Yeah. She's I'd like to add, too, she's a bit of a liability there. Like you said, Tony, I've never agreed with how aggressive and quick to basically convict someone. She would shout and demand that Sumner County make arrest when, we don't know. You know what I mean?
And some of the things she's asking for attention for regarding her stepchildren, some of those things are not portrayed that the way they really are. And it is an attention grab there as well. And some of those things that the other channels brought out regarding that situation, they exposed her. It's just that everybody wasn't listening. They exposed her for what she was doing with that situation. So if you're paying attention, you can see one thing that nobody can argue with me is that I am here because Seth asked me to be here. And I support Seth every day, all day, and I have since the beginning of May. That is the purpose I serve. Whether you like me, like my family, don't like me, don't like my family, nobody can dispute the fact that I am here to protect and support the Father, and I've done it relentlessly.
Absolutely.
She serves no purpose. She is not here to support anybody. She is here to create drama, get attention, cause problems, and she won't go back to TikTok like she told everybody she would. Her words on her live, she's leaving YouTube. Well, she did that to get attention, to see how many people would beg her to stay. Nobody's begging her to stay, and she won't leave because she's a liar. So... But I want to, Smiley, I hope you're doing good. I saw you popped up there.
I'm here, Smiley.
I'm going to say my last thing before she gets going because I know that she can't stand this woman, so it's going to probably get hairy.
She interrupted my live. What in the hell?
So let's, if you can, let's address her nothing burger today that she's making to seem like I created some Ponzi scheme or something. Do you have the ability to put that up on your screen, Britt, where people can actually see what it is she's talking about?
Yeah, let me pull up what I was looking at earlier.
Yeah,
because this shows it perfectly.
So just for your audience's sake, not your audience doesn't care about any of this because it has nothing to do with my job, but she's basically trying to say that I was involved in a Ponzi scheme back in 2011 that finally got settled in 2021,